It's October 26, 1991, and Wade Leslie is about to make pro rodeo history.
After being a professional photographer, still photographer, for several years, I made a snap decision to invest my life savings into video equipment. And ironically enough, the very first 1-hour tape I ever shot out of my Hi-8 camera, I captured the only 100-point ride in the history of professional rodeo. And in doing so, I became somewhat a part of history myself, and therefore I proceeded to make my first documentary, The Perfect Ride.
It's October 26, 1991, and Wade Leslie is about to make pro rodeo history. Howdy, everybody. I'm Phil Gardenhire from Heavener, Oklahoma, a town that I see less and less of as travels across the United States and Canada grow in demand. You see, I'm a professional rodeo announcer of the PRCA. That's the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association. I've announced rodeos from the Calgary Stampede to Salinas, California, the one they call the California Rodeo, Ellensburg, Washington, the National Finals Rodeo. And there's one that sticks out in my mind, one in Central Point, Oregon. That's the home of the perfect bull ride. As you sit in the stands and watch a bull rider, you have to think, what goes through their mind? What would make a bull rider want to get on 2,000 pounds of humpback bellowing beast? It's a little crazy. You know, the scoring technique in rodeo is kind of unique in many ways. An animal has half the score, the cowboy has the other half. It's a 50-50 deal. 1 to 25 for the stock, 1 to 25 for the rider. 50 on each side. They say an average ride is about 70 to 75 points. Now, the officials will watch for the cowboy's ability to ride. They watch for his ability to stay in control of the animal for only 8 seconds. At the same time, they're watching the ability of the animal. Just how much of misery can he deal out to that cowboy? Now, 100 is the perfect score, but there's never been a perfect ride until now. I first met Wade Leslie a few years back at a professional rodeo. It was kind of funny. I think it sticks out in my mind. He's a little smaller than most, but I don't know, he stands out in my heart as one of the best bull riders I've ever seen in a long time.
They used to rope steers, practice roping steers, and then afterwards they'd run them all in. All the high school kids, they'd get on them for practice. And told my dad I wanted to do that. And he kept telling me no, and I finally bugged him enough. He thought I'd get my head stuck in the ground the first time I got on. I wouldn't have them ideas anymore. And it didn't work. I rode the first one, so I've been hooked ever since. The more I did, the more it built the desire to go on and be, you know, famous.
Every cowboy has a dream of that perfect ride or that perfect rodeo. I think Wade was probably the first to ever verbally say that he wanted to be that cowboy.
I was probably 9 or 10, and the movie Great American Cowboy come out. From that point on, I, knew what I wanted to do, which was be one of the best, known as one of the best bull riders.
The Rodeo Road, as they call it, is pretty demanding. Cowboy will travel over 100,000 miles a year. Wade has a lifestyle that only offers him a certain amount of time.
Real hard to support your family and keep the money to going down the road too. You can't really split it up. And that's, I shoe horses when I get home to pay the bills and try to keep up with my clientele.
While he's there shoeing that horse or trimming the hoof, In the back of his mind, he's thinking about his dream as a cowboy. And the sound of the blacksmith hammer on the anvil and the shoe being melted into what would fit that horse. In the back of Wade's mind, he's melting a dream to come true.
You got bills at home you got to think about, but you got to try to put all that out of your mind and just concentrate on what the task at hand is.
You're at the mercy of the bull. Of course, when you think about the size of the bull, his horns, and everything that comes around, anything can happen.
The danger's in the way of the animal's hind feet and walking on you. That's where the real injuries comes, when they step on you, because it's got so much weight and they're usually coming down out of the air. And that's where all the damage, that's, where most of your fatalities come from, is from guys getting stepped on.
What are we to make of a bull that wants to unseat, then kill its rider, then stretch around the arena with apparent pride? Here's what the rodeo world thinks. This is a great bull.